What's UHCL doing to tackle the climate crisis? I spoke with Institute for Human and Planetary Sustainability Director Megan Topham to know more. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Start with what iHAPS is and what you do there.
Sure. So I'm Megan Topham. I joined the university last May in 2021 as the inaugural executive director for the new Institute for Human and Planetary Sustainability here at Clear Lake. The task and the mission for the Institute really is to advance sustainability through campus operations, but also through our academic research and curriculum, so that not only are we improving operationally our sustainability efforts, whether it be through our building and energy use, our water and storm water management, whether it's conservation or runoff management. So kind of that operational arm, but it's also, when we define sustainability, we're defining it with four domains in mind. But traditionally, with the term sustainability, it's basically defined as, making sure that we are conserving resources for future generations, so that we're not taking away what our future generations are going to need to thrive and survive. Where we're really looking at cultivating diverse, inclusive communities and improving wellness and providing opportunities, equitable opportunities for wellness and education.
How do you draw students into something like this, and how do you get them to feel the impact of what they're doing?
Sure. Interestingly enough, here at Clear Lake, that's been the easiest part. I think the nature of our campus and the aesthetics of our campus has attracted a lot of our student base. The fact that, there's a lot of greenery, we have a lot of biodiversity and plant life and animal life that's very active on our campus. And so with that, we have a student body that is very impassioned by maintaining that space and getting engaged on how to preserve, and especially, knowing that we are on the coastal, we're on the coast and need to be very cognizant of increased climate change activity and what that means for our region. And so, for iHAPS, the students I've had a lot of students reach out to me with just that interest in trying to understand how can they get better involved, what can they do on campus to get engaged. And that's really what spearheaded our Pocket Prairie.
You have partnerships with other organizations, and so how do you cultivate those partnerships? Like, how do those come about?
Well, given that the Institute is fairly new, I've focused this first year really on listening, understanding our internal culture, and what actual assets and resources that we have available here at our campus, including the different student organizations, the other kind of affiliate groups that are doing similar activities, but that could use additional support. Collectively organizing our definition for sustainability so that we are all moving forward on the same foot. I really want to make sure that we provide a platform for industry to translate the needs of their specific needs of their industries, and how that translates into our sustainability curriculum and research opportunities and experiential learning opportunities for students. My goal really would be to, if anybody were to stop a student or a staff member or a faculty member and ask them what sustainability is, that we all have a very similar definition. That's the ultimate goal, right? So that we're all moving in the same way. I want these things to be aligned with what our priorities are.
You mentioned the Pocket Prairie earlier, and I believe you also have some stuff going on at Armand Bayou. What's going on over there?
That primarily is the Environmental Justice Association is doing some volunteer work out at the Armand Bayou, helping with some of their restoration projects and plantings and things like that, as well as the Environmental Institute of Houston. They're doing quite a bit of collaborative work. The Environmental Institute of Houston has just, they've redeveloped or are rehabbing a large portion of of the prairie back into prairie land. And I know they're eager to continue that work with additional 25 acres in the next coming years. So, you know, removing the invasive species and really getting this land back to the space that it was before the invasives, before, you know, getting natives back into our spaces. And with the prairie, you know, with the addition of the pocket prairie and some of these native plantings, you know, that's only going to help support the other activities that we're doing in terms of our water management and stormwater management to help with that collection. And as climate, you know, if we get more flooding events and we get other activities like that, it'll help the resiliency of our campus.
I guess to wrap things up, like, what do you plan on doing in the future with this? Like, do you have any future projects you have planned, or?
Oh, there's a million things in the works. I mean, there's tons of irons in the fire. I know that there's a couple of students working on a solar energy project. Internally, you know, really looking at our recycling efforts and trying to streamline and educate in that area. We'll continue our plastic film recycling program that we're doing. You know, and then our deadline just came yesterday for our sustainability research grants. And those are fantastic for our campus. They're designed to increase applied research and sustainability, meaning real world applications, right? So we have, you know, faculty from different disciplines partnered with students, partnered with an external or even a campus partner. It's going to address a real challenge that can improve, you know, the life and the sustainability of those organizations or of our region or whatever the project is. And so with that grant program, we're able to award $100,000 in total, but that equates to about 8 projects, around 12,500 each. And so it provides an opportunity to advance more applicable hands-on research that, you know, is not only it can improve K through, I know we have some through K through 12 proposals. So a lot of advancement happening there, which I'm super excited about. And I think we'll continue that. We did our first round last year. And we just now completed our second round this year. And so all of those awards will be announced on November 1st.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this for me.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully you get some usable stuff in there.
Yeah.
If you have any follow-up questions, I'm happy to answer them.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye.
You too. Thanks again. What a lovely lady. Now on to the weather.